Earlier this year, all the way back in January, we went on a really cool trip to Las Vegas. We ended up vlogging our entire experience there and wanted to share it with you in today's video. We feel very fortunate to have been able to go on this trip, and it's all thanks to you guys for supporting our channels, so thank you. The main reason for our trip was CES, Consumer Electronics Show, one of the largest tech-focused trade conferences in the world that's held annually in Las Vegas, and something we both always wished we could one day go to. And this year, we had been invited. We figured why not take a few extra days of vacation and really see this incredible city while we're already here, and we're so glad that we did. Vegas ended up being an incredible trip, and we're so happy we got to experience as much as we did. Day 1. We didn't do too much on the first day as the plane arrived after 8 p.m, but we wanted to get a feel for the city and explore a little bit. We had booked our first night at the famous Golden Nugget, which was right on Fremont Street, a very popular party street. We walked around here for a few hours, explored the casinos nearby, and looked at the street performers, an incredible digital ceiling. It was the perfect start to the trip. Day 2. The next day was a business day, a whole day dedicated to CES and everything would come here to do. This was a really long day for us, but we wanted to make sure to complete CES in one day so that we could have extra time for fun activities later in the trip. We started the day by picking up our CES badges at the hotel and then grabbing some breakfast. After that, we took a quick walk over to the Mob Museum to start our day with some fun before all the work began. The Mob Museum was really cool, especially after we had taken a mob tour back in last year during our Chicago trip. Then, it was time to go to the CES conference. We were here for hours, checking out the incredible showcases from the best tech companies in the world, networking with their people, and filming a lot of content for our channel. This was the reason we had flown to Vegas, and we wanted to both do a good job for our sponsors who had gotten us here, while also taking in the incredible experience of this place. It's invite only, so unless you work in tech, you can't enter. So it felt really special to be able to walk around the floor instead of watching recap videos about it online. We definitely want to go back next year, as it was an incredible experience. After we had been here for hours, we were exhausted, and it was time to head to the hotel we'd stay at for the remaining of our time here. The Bellagio, a beautiful and iconic hotel and casino at the very center of the Las Vegas Strip, and it felt like pure luxury. We felt really tired after such a long day, so we mostly relaxed before it was time to go watch one of the hotel's in-house entertainments, a show called O by Cirque du Soleil. This was incredible and such a nice way to relax at the end of the day, and it felt great not even having to leave the hotel in order to go see it. Before we continue the vlog, let's take a quick moment to thank this video's sponsor, CUKTECH, and their power bank, the CP25. While traveling, it is super important for us to bring a power bank, as we often film a lot of content for vlogs like these, take photos, Google attractions, use navigation and rideshare apps, all from our phones. And the last thing we want is our phones dying in the middle of the day. So, it is crucial to bring a power bank, but it also needs to have some specific features to make it worth the extra bulk. For one, it needs to have enough of a capacity so that we can charge our phones a few times if needed. Thankfully, the CP25 has a capacity of 20,000 mAh, which for example can charge an iPhone 16 over 3 times. It also needs to have fast charging, so that we can quickly charge our phones without being tethered to a cable for too long, and this power bank has that covered too, with 45-watt fast charging. Not a must, but a nice to have feature is a built-in cable, which this power bank has as well, allowing you to use the built-in cable to charge your device and then easily plug it into the slot for secure storage. This power bank also has the option to charge up to 3 devices at once, which is great when we both need to charge at the same time without carrying around more than one power bank. Thankfully, the CP25 also has great safety protection to avoid any overheating or similar issues, along with 18-month warranty. Thank you again, CUKTECH, for sponsoring today's video and helping our phone stay charged while on our trip. Please check out the link in the description for more information and where to buy it. Okay, back to the vlog. Day 3. With all of our work done, it was time to enjoy ourselves on this trip, and we made it a point to see as much of the city as we could. Starting out, we explored the Bellagio Hotel and saw their beautiful indoor gardens and outdoor famous fountain show. We then walked up and down the Vegas Strip, stopping at the casinos and store along the way. We also made our way to the Tupac Memorial, as Cam loves his music and wanted to see where he had been shot. After walking around, we took an Uber to the Neon Museum, a place with a lot of old classic Las Vegas neon signs, which was really cool seeing up close. We went there right around sunset, so we got to see them both in daylight and when it got darker. Next up, it was time to see more of the city, this time by taking a night bus tour. This was super cold since the top of the bus was outside, but it was so worth it for the sights that we got to see as we drove past them. After the bus tour, we went onto the high roller wheel, a Ferris wheel that takes you 550 feet up into the air, making it the tallest observation wheel in North America. You get a 360-degree view of the Vegas Strip and desert, including the Vegas Sphere, and it was a really cool experience. Day 4. Today was going to be a really cool day, as we had a full day of tour planned. We were going to tour the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam, probably the 2 things that we had looked forward to the most on this trip. To get there, we went in a small tour van with a great guide. They gave us snacks and stopped at interesting photo spots along the way. The first stop was actually the Las Vegas sign, which is an iconic spot and looked beautiful in the sunrise. We also stopped in the middle of the desert to look at an art installation called the 7 Magic Mountains, which had huge colorful rocks stacked in formation that we got to take photos with. After riding in the bus for a while, the first major stop though was the Hoover Dam. We stayed here for a while, walking around and taking photos and videos of this really impressive dam. It was also interesting that the dam was on the very border between Nevada and Arizona, so we got to cross over the state lines. The dam was constructed back in 1931 during the Great Depression, and it provides water to over 16 million people. It's 726 feet high and 1,244 feet long at the top, and it truly felt massive when walking over it. Next up was a quick photo op stop at the Joshua Tree Forest, a really cool spot in the middle of nowhere with so many Joshua trees. We got some really nice photos here, and it was also nice to stretch our legs a bit as we had been sitting in the tour van for quite a while at this point. And then, just like that, we had a ride at the Grand Canyon, and it was breathtaking right away. We went to the Grand Canyon West, which is operated by the Hualapai tribe and consists of 2 major points to view the canyon from. We started off at Eagle Point by going on a skywalk, where you walk out 70 feet over the edge of the canyon on a glass bridge, 4,000 feet up from the canyon floor below you. After that, we walked around the reservation. Then it was time to take a quick bus to the next point of the canyon, Guano Point, located 4,768 feet above sea level. This place is probably the most beautiful thing both of us have ever seen, and it was a surreal feeling walking so close to the edges of the canyon with no safety nets or anything. We climbed one of the hills here and it truly felt like you were walking alongside nature. It was really scary but beautiful at the same time, and gave you incredible views of the canyon. We can't recommend going here enough. It's one of the most beautiful places we've ever been. Once back in Vegas, we went to a comedy magic show and spent some time at casinos. Day 5. Next day was another early day, as we had another tour booked. This time it was a Wild West cowboy horseback ride. We started by going on a quick walk over to Caesar's Palace to get picked up by the tour bus. The bus then drove us out into the desert. This was such a beautiful and peaceful experience, riding horses through old Wild West tracks as the sun was rising, in absolute quiet. We are not used to horseback riding, but the pace was slow, the horses well trained, and the vibes were just perfect. It was rough waking up super early for this after such a busy day the day before, but it was so worth it. We highly recommend going on this tour if you need some peaceful recovery, or just enjoy pretending to be an old school cowboy for a few hours. After the horseback riding, they also provided us with authentic cowboy breakfast, which was delicious. We ate this outside in the morning sun and just took in the quiet. We also got to pet the cows here, and they taught us how to throw a lasso, which was a nice bonus. After we got back to the Vegas Strip once again, we walked around Caesar's Palace Casino for a while, and we must say, it's probably our favorite casino that we saw on the entire trip. The attention to detail in the decorations were absolutely insane, and probably is the place we want to stay next time we come back to Vegas. Next, we walked over to the Venetian, the Italian-inspired casino, where we went on a gondola ride in the man-made canals while listening to beautiful live singing. It was pretty short, but still a really nice and romantic experience. We walked through other casinos before ending up at the Wynn Casino, where we looked at the beautiful gardens and indoor decorations before sitting down at a bar next to their popular waterfall. The Sphere is relatively new to Vegas and has an incredible exterior made up of over 1.2 million programmable LEDs, which can even be seen from space. This is where we were headed next, as we had tickets to one of the shows viewed inside of the Sphere. The inside is really futuristic, and the screen itself is the world's largest high-resolution LED screen that wraps halfway around the interior, and it was an insane feeling being inside of it. The show we watched was a sort of nature documentary, and it was just breathtaking. Being completely surrounded by the video and the insane sound system was an incredible experience. The Sphere may seem tacky on paper, but the experience was truly worth it. Our next stop of the day was the Paris Casino, where we walked around the casino floor before making our way up to the Eiffel Tower. This Eiffel Tower is half-scale replica of the original one in Paris, France, but still allows you to go up to the observation deck on the 46th floor, which is 460 feet above the ground. Up here was breathtaking views of the Vegas Strip, and we also got to see the Bellagio fountain show from up here, which was incredible as well. Our amazing views did not end here, however, as we then headed towards the Strat Casino, that has a tall observation deck at the top of the so-called Strat Tower, 1,149 feet up in the air. We even ate at the restaurant here, which spins and gives you incredible views of Vegas. They had incredible food too, so it was a great combination. After that, we watched a show at the casino to end the day. Day 6. The last day of our trip was here, but we still had a lot we wanted to do and see before headed back home. Starting off, we went to one of the most popular brunch places, Mon Ami Gabi, by the Paris Casino. And I must say, it's the best breakfast I've probably ever had. It was incredible sitting outside in the morning sun with heaters blasting all around us to combat the cold January air, with amazing views, food, and of course, company. This place can get extremely busy, but it was so worth going here and we highly recommend it. After a satisfying breakfast, we headed over to a really interesting place, Pinball Hall of Fame. This place had so many pinball machines, some really old ones and some new ones too. We spent some time here trying a bunch of different ones and had a lot of fun. We then walked over to the Luxor Casino, which is the Egyptian-inspired one, and it was really cool to see. In here, we had two exhibitions we wanted to go through, Titanic and King Tut. The Titanic one was really cool, with many pieces from the ship, one of them being a massive piece from the side of the boat called the Big Piece. They also had a recreation of the stairway and other parts of the ship. The King Tut exhibition was cool, but less exciting as it was replicas only, no real artifacts. We still have a good time here though, and found the recreation of the tomb really interesting. It'd be nice if it had more authentic stuff as well though. We still had more casinos we wanted to see, so we then walked over to the Excalibur Casino, which looks like a medieval castle. It was a bit underwhelming on the inside, but still cool to visit. Then we walked next door over to the New York Casino, which was a bit more impressive. The outside is meant to mimic the New York skyline, and it looks really cool. The inside theme is a bit more subtle, but with some parts mimicking a New York street. The outside also has a Brooklyn Bridge replica, and of course, a half-scale 150-foot tall replica of the Statue of Liberty. We walked through some more casinos before it was time for our dinner at Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. We must say that it was really hard getting a reservation to this place, and we are so happy that we managed to squeeze a spot in right before heading to the airport, as this is probably one of the best meals either of us have ever had. The food and the atmosphere here was incredible, and we absolutely loved it. Perfect way to end our trip for sure. Thank you for watching our Las Vegas vlog all the way to the end. We could not have gone on this trip without you guys' support, and we are so happy to share this experience with you. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet, and if you like this video, check out our other trip vlogs that we've done to places like Los Angeles, Chicago, and more. We are super excited to see where we go next, and can't wait to bring you along again. Bye!